accepted by the majority, then well and good. But if there is no acceptance from the majority, then technically, he would still be part of the minority. But what is put into question here, Madam Presiding Officer, is the leadership of the minority, which some of the members is not already satisfied because kita man nato nagdeklara siya publicly. Ana. Is it the valid process to do it? Probably not. But an ordinary mind can say that he is already not, he does not want anymore to be a part of the minority. So, ang mga membro po sa minorya, naguna-una po nga, nili na po kaganaan sa mo, kaya in fact, na naman po kayo deklarasyonin mo, di amo na lang sa kampulihan. Kaya for the longest time, Madam Presiding Officer, like I mentioned a while ago, we've noticed some of measures that we had, especially ka ng mga dagko. Members of the minority were not even conferred to as to what action. Kami na lang ang magstorya, kaya di man may istoryahan sa mga leader. In fact, he did not go with us. But that's okay. That's part of democracy. But, ang amo lang is, hindi lang naman siguro, yapon siguro sa, di naman sa interesado sa minority, kaya iyahaman ng own volition. So, we would like to choose our own, if given a chance, to choose our minority floor leader. And I think, as pareha sa majority, if you have lost trust and confidence with your leader, you can do so by votation as well. And that's what we are trying to propose now, to move that the seat of the minority leader be declared vacant. If there should be any objection, which there was none a while ago when I made the motion, then it is presumed that the incumbent minority floor leader is not opposing to that. That's all, Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Attorney Joy Abu. Yes, Councilor Amy Moreno, you have the floor.
Yes, Madam Chair, maayong hapon ug sa akong mga kauban sa 20th City Council ug sa atong mga bisita. Actually, my sentiments have been shared by Councilor Joey Abu, but in relation to the statement of Councilor Roger Abaday, kini nga pag-vote sa bag-o nga minority floor leader does not really rely on the political stand of the sitting minority floor leader, regardless of where, if he had shifted his position or not. It's the mere fact that among the minority, we, as a member of the minority, are given the option to choose who among the minority will be the next minority floor leader, which is privileged for the minority. Kana lang, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Attorney, Majority Floor Leader, Councilor Attorney Edgar Cabanlas.
Madam Chair, I would like to point out that on issues like loss of confidence of any of the officers of the city council, that is not debatable. We go directly to voting. They will go directly to voting. There is no debate allowed on that because loss of confidence. Walay maka-argue na nga ikaw may laki na. So there is a motion to declare.
It's already seconded.
Duly seconded.
Any objection?
Unless there is an objection, then they have to go. They have to vote. We will not interfere in their voting.
Okay. Do you have to vote? Okay, Councilor Ayan Mark Nakaya.
For purposes of order, Madam Presiding Officer, remember that we are calendared in a manner that there is a sequence of our agenda. So in other words, the proper motion first is for the transposition. We transpose the new item proposed by Councilor Abo, and then meaning the item number 1 will go down to number 2. So the proper motion is for the transposition of the new item as item number 1, because we cannot, in any manner, in a parliamentary, during special report, consider any motion.
Okay, so is there any objection? That is, we have to change the minority floor leader. So that is the first motion that we have to consider. So, if there is this motion, then it's already seconded. Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
With that, Madam Chair, I move to, the majority would like to move to adopt this motion and consider that as item number 1 or proposed resolution number 2024-364, 365.
And the second, objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Just a reminder to the minority on the other matters later on. Please submit the names of the replacement of the minority floor leader and other officers. We will take that up during the other matters.
Okay, this will be discussed on other matters. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So let's proceed. Majority Floor Leader, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas.
Item number 1, item number 2 would be special. Sorry.
Special report.
Special reports portion, Madam Chair.
Yes.
The first reporter is Councilor James Judith Bernie. Siya pa, yun lang ha. Yun lang kay. The first reporter is Councilor Abaday. Illegal mining operations in the hinterland. Number 2, Councilor Sparcia Bernie. Taxi cab operations in the city. And Councilor General Romeo Calizo on parking. Okay, that would be...
Okay,
this.
let me call, Councilor Roger Abaday, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Majority Floor, our Honorable Presiding Officer, Vice Mayor Jocelyn Rodriguez, my esteemed colleagues in the 20th City Council, people who are watching us virtually and physically, Prime Media, my friends, mayong hapon sa tanan. This representation has received a letter from CleanRo manager, Engineer Armin Cuenca, based on the informants, their informants with regards to the alleged illegal mining operation by Chinese nationals at Barangay Tumpagon, this city. According to the complaint, the concerned citizens reported the following details. The alleged Chinese nationals were accompanied by a certain Kagawad in Tumpagon, Kagmat, Angeline Kagmat, an elected barangay officials of Tumpagon, acting as a gold buyer, a negotiator for land surface area related to the potential illegal mining activity. Second, Kagawad Kagmat is considered as untouchable because of his romantic partner holds the position of detachment commander in the military present in the area, mga special forces na assigned near the area. That the violators have contact from Lumbia police station providing advance notice to cease illegal operation during government agency and monitoring and inspection. The alleged illegal mining activity by Chinese nationals is spearheaded by an individual named Mr. Xian, with his interpreter identified as Mr. Patrick Lam, and the workers comprise of residents from Davao and locals in the area, including guards, heavy equipment operation, and drivers. So during the inspection by the Mines and Geoscience Bureau, MGB, Region 10, together with CleanRo, there were traces of extraction along existing river. I think that picture. That is 300 meters away from Sintro, sa Barangay Hall sa Carmen. Near the detachment, and so doon na kayo, 300 meters away. So, there were traces of extraction along existing river inside the boundary of Barangay Tumpagon. Almost 1 kilometer ang kanang na-excavate o ano. Then there was no presence of heavy equipment in the vicinity. According to the barangay captain, iyang giimbitar, wala sa kaila sa mga tao, iya ko nung giabog. The highest comedy. Several individuals like local residents in the area were seen using hydraulic water pumps. They promptly evacuated, carrying the equipment upon the team's arrival at the subject area. Several forests, trees, and other vegetation in the area were cut down and adversely affected by illegal mining activity. Kani mga kahoy nga ilang ipamutol, mo na ilang ibabag sa dalan para ang mga inspektor og nay mag-ready kasulod. So, a portable alleged deck gold wash plant was observed at an estimated distance of 150 meters from the illegal area mining. So, last Wednesday, this representation, Committee of Environment, held a meeting and invited all the barangay captain, barangay kagawad, and the station commander of Lumbia and other departments concerned, MGB, and including the ALG, so other department. No? So, listening to the statement, explanation of the barangay captain and kagawad is very inappropriate and very flimsy. No? Imagine, he invited the suspects and he did not know who are these people. Wala niya ma-blatter, wala siya there's no effort of asking assistance from other agency like the PNP. So, yan lang papauli. So, very, and procedural. So, when we asked also the explanation of station commander, I think Major Flores, the station commander, whether he conducted an investigation on that matter, he said he was in the area, but considering that there were no more people around, he did not care to go deeper in the investigation. Although he has knowledge that there were illegal mining incurred in that area. So wala lang niya So other reports from the MGB, they supported, explained that there was really illegal mining. So, Madam Chair and my colleagues, my prayer is that this after, in addition, this morning I received another information from Clinro that there were two backhoes na cited dito sa the same area, Tumpagon, reported by the barangay captain. At least niliyok na siya. So, the presence of backhoe in boundary sa Upol, Cagayan de Oro, Tumpagon, and Lanao. Accordingly, na kuno sila permit was issued by the municipality of Upol. So, muna nga, I am placing the presiding officer and the members of the 20th City Council that in order to put an end on this illegal mining in our jurisdiction, there is necessity that we have to investigate in aid of our legislation. I am asking and proposing that the creation of ad hoc committee composed of committee chairman or any member, like the committee's barangay affairs headed by Councilor Alam Lim, committee on agriculture, committee on climate change, and committee on public safety and order, and any member of the council will join us so that we will be able to address this illegal mining now recurring in our jurisdiction. So that's my prayer, Madam Chair and my colleagues. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councilor Roger Abaday. So refer to the different committees mentioned. Creation of the ad hoc, and then with the different committees as, so that will be tackled in another matter. I hope we mean business this time. Okay, so the next one is, any comment regarding the privilege speech? Wala. So the second one is Councilor Bernice Parcia. You have the floor. Are you comfortable sitting in front of me? You are. Because nag-post mo ko kay balin kas likod, and I will be very happy to transfer you at the back if you wish.
No problem.
Okay ra ka. Okay.
Vice.
So,
Maganda, may hapon ka natong tanan,
Okay.
daghang salamat, Madam Presiding Officer. This is just very short. Kabayan kini sa atong mga taxi drivers lately. We all know that our taxi is the #1 preferred transportation, especially sa mga bisita nato diri sa Dakbayan sa Cagayan de Oro, if they're not familiar, Madam Presiding Officer. Also, taxi drivers are the #1 frontliners of our tourists, since they will be the one facing and suggesting some unfamiliar places in Cagayan de Oro. Also, our taxi driver should be the #1 most trusted person sa atong mga bisita diri sa Dakbayan sa Cagayan de Oro. And kabalo sad ta nga ang atong Dakbayan, Cagayan de Oro is the #1 destination sa atong mga bisita, labi na kung mosulod sila sa Northern Mindanao. So kita gayod ang #1, what ila pang giingon, #1 hub nga kita tanan mosulod, ang gateway to Northern Mindanao. Now the problem is, lately I receive a lot of problems regarding our taxi drivers. Kuhaon lang nako ning tulo ka major nga nahitabo lately, bag-o lang gyud. Ang isa, Madam Presiding Officer, is during last December. Una, though allegedly pamanitanan kay wa man giimbestigahan, puro raman ni post from personal na mga Facebook page. Isa diha ang usa ka pasahero nga grabe ang kahadlok, kay mura nagyud taon og naglumba ang taxi driver, katulo daw sila hapit na bangga, og nakulbaan sila kana sila bit-bit nga infant. Tapos pag abot nila sa drop-off point, nasuko pa kay wala daw siya panukli, nagdagan-dagan pa daw ang iyang yaya naman day panukli, pasuko-suko pa ang taxi driver, sila tao na kuyawan. Ikaduha, naay usa ka pasahero nga nag-uban sa iyahang ginikanan nga gikan nagdialysis. Pauli na tana unta sila apan ang driver ni insist nga moagi sa lain dalan. Pero niingon ang pasahero nga ayaw lang kay basig layo kay didto, madak-an mi sa Mompliti, diri lang ta sa normal nga dalan. Nasuko ang driver kay di siya ganang kay traffic daw, gipanaog niya ang maong pasahero. Nga taon galuya pa ang iyahang kauban o iyahang ginikanan kay gikan nagdialysis. Ikatulo nga insidente, usa na po ka taxi driver ang gireklamo kay natingala taon ang medyo tipsy na nga pasahero, natingala siya, gidala siya sa motel. May nalanggaling pagkita niya sa rumboy, medyo nakabantay siya o nagsumangil dayon daw ang taxi driver nga dili man niya ipasulod sa motel, shortcut lang daw sila ato nga dalan. These are just three major concern, Madam Presiding Officer, sa aning mga naitabo sa atong mga taxi drivers. I know ang isa akong gipa-confirm katong namili o pasahero, gipaadto daw sila sa LTFRB, nagatubang sila sa mga taxi driver, nahadlok siya kay daghang kay kauban ang taxi driver, nagpinirmahay na lang sila o gipasetol. Pero hadlok kayo sa nahitabo. Na yung mga bagong app karon, but I'm not promoting this. I just want to emphasize nga, ang one best thing lang aning app, though medyo mahal siya, because tungod sa safety feature ni ini. Makita nimo sa app ang mga dagway sa driver, asa mo padulong ang taxi o kinsa ang mga tag-iya. Maklaro gyud nimo. Dili ka mabalaka kung imong ipakuha imong anak, ipadto nimo sa lugar kay makita man nimo ang dagan ka na may GPS, then again makita pod ang detail sa sakyanan sa taxi o sa dagway sa taxi driver. I just want, Madam Presiding Officer, my prayer is madto ni sa appropriate committee, because I want to propose an ordinance on this nga tana ang mga taxi mas pabutangan pa nato og mga information sa taxi naidag kong ID. I don't know lang, subject for styling pa lang ni nga makita gyud mismo sa tubangan og sa mga likod nga dapit ang mga dagway sa mga taxi driver, para in kaso og na sila doubt, they could have taken a picture or data sa maong driver para at least naman ilang masend kini sa ilahang mga parents nga nabalaka. Akong prayer again, Madam Presiding Officer, ihatag ni sa committee para may sigutan ning akong gusto nga ordinansa. Daghang salamat, Madam Presiding
Okay,
Officer.
thank you very much, Councilor Bernice Parcia. Yes, refer to the committee of Councilor Romeo Calizo. Usa lang, di ba? Okay, thank you very much. The next one is... Councilor Romeo Calizo, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Good afternoon to my esteemed colleagues and our guests. My special report is all about one of the prime causes of traffic in the city, and it is parking, Madam Chair. So, about more than a week ago, a former classmate of mine in the infantry school, now a bigwig in the international economic community, visited me, and he said, "I'd like to invest in Cagayan de Oro, especially on tourism prospects." But he provided me with an observation. Ang traffic daw sa Cagayan de Oro is terrible na gyud. And one of the prime causes is parking. We have Republic Act 4136, or the Land Transportation and Traffic Code of the Philippines, which first identifies areas where parking is prohibited. And it also provides for a requirement that all vehicles traveling along roads must be registered. And in Cagayan de Oro City, we have the City Ordinance 10551-2007 as its implementing ordinance. Also, we have Republic Act 6541, or the National Building Code of the Philippines, which requires parking spaces in all office, residential, and commercial buildings. However, Madam Chair, the law is silent as to whether the procurement or buying vehicles has a limit. In fact, if you're capable of buying 100 vehicles, there's no limitation whatsoever provided for by law. And so, in Cagayan de Oro City, as per my research, there is an average of, on a 24-hour round-the-clock monitoring, we have an average of 200,000 vehicles traveling around the city every day. And that now explains the traffic. Now, despite all these limitations provided for by law, Madam Chair, ang mga registered vehicles, there are so many unregistered vehicles flying around the city. And of course, if we go to all buildings, office, commercial, or residential, ang mga parkinganan in town, isa raman ang ipa-comply sa OBO. But many residents buy more than one vehicle. Madam Chair. That's why, if you go through all the roads, ang parking, bisag asa na lang yun. And I can provide you some pictures, just like this. That is the crossing coming from the main road, the highway going to Camp Evangelista. I intentionally got the video on a weekend para inyong imagine during weekdays, unsa gud ni ka busy. Tani ang traffic. Kini it was widened for the purpose of having a wider passage, pero ang both sides gigamit naman ng parkingan. Also in other areas here, just like here, Burgos Consolacion. O gyapon, both sides are being used for parking. Other areas, please. Kini weekend gani on a Sunday. Still this Capistrano, mao gyapon ang mga sides are being used for parking. So in short, Madam Chair, my point is tungod kay di man gyud nato ma-enforce, tungod kay wala na may laing nga parkinganan available for the city. Makati has solved its traffic problem because they solved the parking problem. But since they had the money, they went underground. You go to G4 in Glorieta Complex, going to Landmark, they have a high-rise building used for parking, pero mas gwapo gito ilang underground parking because it accommodates more. In Trinoma SM North Complex, they went a bit underground, but they went more on the high-rise building to provide parking services for their constituents. In Cagayan de Oro, matutag uptown, part of the roads there, ilang pinturahan para lang makahatag og parking spaces para sa ilang mga clients. We have condominiums there in uptown. The law said for every condominium unit there should be they should provide one parking space, but in our condominiums they do not follow that. But since it takes a lot of time to provide for a plan to correct this, Madam Chair, I think we can copy what some other cities did to provide parking spaces that will not we can alleviate the pressure of given by these parked vehicles that cause traffic in the city. For example, the post office, for example, is not being used very on its optimum use. Pwede natin buhaton bitaw parking space, some parts of the Divisoria, so that we can entice investors in coming in, especially those being annoyed by our traffic, especially that one caused by parking. Madam Chair. So with this, I'd like to refer my special report, my concern, to the Committee on Planning, Madam Chair, and probably jointly with the Committee on Public Works. Thank you.
Okay, Councilor Ayan Martakaya, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I'm 100% supportive and joining the cause of Councilor General Romeo Calizo as regards his proposal to be flexible in our manner of administering the affairs of traffic management. It can be told that The traditional is just providing space along the roads, but because of the number of units flying over our roads with limited spaces and narrow areas, Madam Presiding Officer, we could no longer provide the appropriate parking spaces. That is why we need to go vertical. And the proposal of Councilor General Romeo Calizo is appropriate. And as he mentioned, that there are public properties which are running idle in the areas of Divisoria. And we can even enlist and invite investors and do perhaps PPP, or just invite investors from the private sector who are already allowing parking spaces in their area, and to establish itself as a vertical parking area. Because, like, for example, the Pilais in fronting a cathedral already provided a certain area, but to a limited extent. Meaning, maybe perhaps they can go and provide for 15, 20, another Pilais area behind, what do you call this? Chain of stores in Divisoria, another area in Corrales, JR Borja, but then again, they are limited, Madam Presiding Officer. Let's go vertical and let's modernize the administration of our traffic management, and I support fully. May I ask also that the leading committee would be traffic, that of Councilor Romeo Calizo. I'll join him as the co-chair on the planning for the furtherance of the intention of this proposal. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Ian Nakaya. Refer to committees, planning and public utilities. Okay, thank you very much. Majority Floor Leader, Attorney Edgar Cabanlas, you have the floor.
We go to our business of the day. Item number 1, Omnibus Motion 1 and 2. May I request clerks to please read.
For Omnibus Approval, Item 1 and Item 2. Item 1, Proposed Ordinance Number 2024-364, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Oy, representing the City Government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Agreement with the Department of Agriculture, Regional Field Office 10, represented by its Regional Executive Director, Carlin C. Collado, CPA, covering the latter's grant of 1 unit hand tractor, multi-cultivator for the Quiapo Palalan Farmers Irrigators Association Incorporated under the terms and conditions stipulated in the MOA attached hereto. Item 2 is Proposed Ordinance Number 2024-365, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Uy, representing the City Government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Agreement with the Department of Agriculture, Regional Field Office 10, represented by its Regional Executive Director, Carlin C. Collado, covering the latter's grant of 1 unit pump and engine set for the Madasigon Farmers Cooperative and 1 unit corn sheller for the Balubal Integrated Social Farmers Association Incorporated under the terms and conditions stipulated in the MOA attached hereto.
Madam Chair, may I request that Councilor Mark Ian Nakaya be recognized.
Councilor Ian Mark Nakaya, you have the floor.
Move for the approval of the said items.
And the second? Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item 3, Proposed Ordinance Number 2024-366, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Uy, representing the City Government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Agreement with the Department of Health Center for Health Development, Northern Mindanao, represented by its Director, 4, Jose R. Lecuna Jr., CISO 3, covering the construction of the new Balubal Super Health Center located in Barangay Balubal, the city, under the latter's Health Facility Enhancement Program under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. May I request Councilor Maria Lourdes Gani be recognized, Madam Chair.
Councilor Maria Lourdes Gani, you have the floor.
May hapon ka natong tanan. I move for the approval of proposed ordinance number 2024-366.
Any second?
Second.
Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item 4, proposed ordinance number 2024-367, adopting the herein qualification standards for appointment to the position of the City Government Assistant Department Head 2, Assistant City General Services Officer. Item 3, SD24, under the plantilla of the Office of the City General Services Officer, pursuant to Civil Service Commission number 6, series of 2026. Series of 2026. Tanaw ro to. Series of 2024 mo daron.
2026.
Ah, 2016.
Okay.
Series of 2016, which amends section 34 of the 2017. Oh, dili siya pwede. Okay. Series of 2023, which amends section 34 of the 2017 Omnibus Rules and on Appointments and other human resource actions. May I request that Councilor Yan Lam Lim be recognized?
Councilor Yan Lam Lim, you have the floor.
Madam Chair, may hapon. Everything is under. I move for the approval of ordinance number 2024-367.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. I don't hear anybody saying second. Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item number 5, proposed ordinance number 2024-368, approving the application of Mr. Victor P. Cabeltes for a permit to conduct a two-wins hack fight on February 14, 2024 at the Indahag Square Garden, Sitio Lumboy, Barangay Indahag, this city. May I request Councilor Roger Abada be recognized?
Councilor Roger Abada, you recognize.
I move for the approval of this ordinance, considering that it has meet the requirement under Section 79 of Ordinance Derby, shall be allowed once a month for a duration exceeding 2 days on duly licensed cockpit.
Very clear,
as
very
also
clear.
recommended by the City Legal Office, that the ordinance is in order. Thank
Fiesta sa Valentine's? Okay. So, any second? Objection? Okay. Objection? Objection? Okay, I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second. Objection? Another objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item number 6, proposed ordinance number 2024-369, approving the preliminary subdivision development plan of the Cagayan de Oro Resettlement and Socialized Housing Project 6, Cedarship 6, located in Barangay Dansolihon, the city, with an area of 186,995.25 square meters, containing 584 lots under PD 220, as applied for by the City Government of Cagayan de Oro, represented by our City Mayor, Rolando A. Oy. Move for his approval, Madam Chair.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item 7, proposed ordinance number 2024-370, 370, approving the development permit of the Somerville 2 socialized housing project located at Barangay Lumbia, the city, with an area of 28,743 square meters containing 323 lots under BP 220 as applied for by the Liberty Land Corporation represented by Ms. Rosabel Villanueva. Move for its approval, Madam Chair.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move
Ay,
to approve and check.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Councilor Romeo Calizo, you have the floor. I'm sorry.
Just an inquiry, Madam
Okay.
Chair. Because I observed, it's my personal observation that one of the causes also of traffic in Cagayan de Oro is the growing subdivisions.
Yeah.
So may I ask if before at the committee, are these considered the effect to traffic? Just like, are the provisions for, let's say, setback or other provisions relative to urban development really considered? Because if I've been to in my trip to Takurong City going to Jensan, I see a very big disparity between how they construct their subdivisions as to here in Cagayan de Oro. Sa ila dito, ang subdivision layo. Naapay ilang setback, naay parking spaces before the highway. Here in Cagayan de Oro, ang gates of subdivision, naman na di sa dalan, Madam Chair. So my question is, are these really being considered very seriously before we approve this? Because, of course, we should not think only now. We should think about 10, 20 years from now. And second, Madam Chair, is this referred to the CLUP? Because the creeping of the urban creeping is very fast. Yet we don't know if other facets of governance are being affected, just like other interests in agriculture, economic development, and the rest, Madam Chair. So just my simple questions to
Okay. Thank you very much, Councilor Romeo Calizo. Yes, Majority Floor Leader, Attorney Edgar Cabanlas.
This is BP 220, which is socialized housing project of our city government. And, socialized housing, we need that. We have a backlog of about 30,000 units. And this is also in compliance with the requirement of the law that all subdivision developers of high-end and economic should put up their socialized housing. We are happy that subdivision developers comply with this. Now, with regards to this traffic, this is very far. Tuwarin is layo kasi ng tanan. Layo kasi nga tuwan to sa unahan bagi doon dito sa Somerville, dito sa unahan bagi dito sa Lumbia, unahan bagi dito sa and it is only around 2 hectares, Madam Chair. So, yes, traffic is the problem, but I think everything has been considered before approving this by the office of by CHUD, I'm sure the city development, city planning office. Mungkin na atong problema ang traffic, but we cannot stop. As I said, we cannot stop the development because there is a problem of traffic. That is the problem of the city government to solve the traffic, not the putting up of all these development projects that we have. Sa ako pagtanaw, bitaw ka nandiyan sa EDSA. When EDSA was, we complained about people complaining about EDSA nga grabe ka traffic. Dili ga move ang traffic. But then, now nitubo ka ng mga Bonifacio, nitubo ka ng mga distagig, paingon dito sa Pasig. Karon medyo arang-arang naman ang dagang spesya nagkadagan ang mga mga subdivision, mga tagas nga mga buildings na mga condominium, arang-arang naman traffic. Because the solution here is not to stop all this development, but to manage traffic. It's the problem of the government to put up the infrastructure, to to solve traffic. Kaya kung muna itong buhaton nga, di ta muhunong tag-issue na ning mga development, kini itong mga kanang mga kwan, because of traffic, I cannot, I mean, murag legalisod ako gunahon na. So I think, for example, karon sa uptown, na traffic, problema sa traffic, daghan na kayo nagpuyo. Pero kung imong tanawon karon, medyo ara-arang spod, kaya na may gamani sugayo. So, and then, let us put up the proper infrastructure. Kung kulang kita sa dalan, tangan na itong dalan. Kasi kinalang kita diag mga overpass or whatever, mga flyover. Now, this particular application is in compliance of the requirement of the law that they should put up the socialized housing program. Ug layo kini kay sa tanan, Madam Chair. Layo kini kay it will not actually I don't know if it will affect traffic, but this is part of big project of Liberty Lands. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councilor Attorney Edgar Cabalasa. Okay, Councilor Romeo Calizo. Okay, let us proceed. Majority Floor Leader.
Move to approve, Madam Chair.
In a second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Other matters, may I request, Madam Chair, the movement of that motion to vacate the position of the chairman of the committee, the chairman of the minority. For inclusion, Madam Chair, may I move for to include in today's agenda items 8, 9. Ad hoc ni Councilor Rabaday. Okay. So that would be the motion, Madam Chair.
Okay, and the second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item number 8, proposed resolution number 2024-596, confirming the election of councilor. Who's the councilor?
May I move, Madam Presiding Officer, that we'd like to confirm the election of Councilor Ayan Achas as Minority Floor Leader.
Councilor Ayan Achas as the new minority floor leader of the City Council, 20 City Council, in relation to proposed resolution number 2024-595, declaring vacant the position of minority floor leader of the City Council. We will not intervene in the election of. So there will be a motion now.
So may I ask, let me clarify again, this is in conformity. The minority decides is conformed by the majority.
Yes.
So that because the House rule dictates that is also the approval of the majority.
Yes.
So whatever happens now is the majority will just approve whatever.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. So, Madam Chair, as an act of legislative courtesy, this matter being purely a matter of within the province of the minority bloc,
Okay.
the majority, and I would like to move, confirms the election of Councilor Ayan Achas as the new minority floor leader.
Okay, and second? Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Item number 9, proposed resolution number 2024-597.
So are we done? Was the voting done? Okay. There is no more election.
No more.
So that was already decided by the entire body.
Yes.
Okay, congratulations, Councilor Ayan Achas.
Ay, sa pulihi. Mana sunod. Next session siya.
You wanted to say something? Okay. So, okay.
Ini, wala na.
You
Tinanawan
want to
mo.
say something? Okay. So next session, the sitting arrangement will change.
The
Okay.
secretary is...
Okay, it's okay. Congratulations, Councilor. I have nothing to do with this. I have been very frank to everybody, especially the media. I do not interfere anymore. So this is now the floor, is a decision of the floor Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Attorney Edgar Cabanlas.
Let's go to number 9. Item number 9, proposed resolution number 2024-597, creating an ad hoc committee to conduct a legislative inquiry on the reported illegal mining activities in Barangay Tumpagon and other areas in the hinterland barangays of the city, to be composed of the following: Chair, Councilor Roger Abaday; Vice Chair, Councilor Saman.
Kinsa man ang Vice Chair?
I am nominating Councilor Ed Cabanlas as the chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee.
Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, the Vice Chair. Then, the members.
And the members are the chairman of the committee, concerned committees.
Concerned committees.
Wala mo
What are the committees, Sir
Wala mo
Torch?
mo gimension ngayon.
Peace and order,
Barang-
public safety,
Barangay Affairs, Public
barangay
Safety,
affairs, agriculture committee,
Agriculture,
climate change committee
Climate change.
chair, and
Saman.
what are other related committees?
okay,
And other related committees to
and other
Members.
related committees.
Thank you.
Okay.
Move for approval.
Okay. Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
There being no other matters to take up, Madam Chair, may I move for the adjournment?
Session adjourned. God bless us all.